All right. Hey, how's it, everybody? It is 5 p.m. West Coast time, 3 p.m. Hawaii time, 8 p.m. on the East Coast, and 7 p.m. for our Central Time folk. Rick, yes, there I am, catching a wave, hardly. There I am, watching people catch waves, trying to catch waves, bombing out on some of the most amazingly bombed out waves there ever could be. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, you guys. Yeah, Darlene, you're watching the Eddie too. Excellent, excellent. Rick, good to know that we've got the 1080 plus the gear. You know, you guys, I was so distracted by watching what I was watching. You know what I was watching? I was watching the Eddie, that I forgot to set up something a little bit important for today's stream. So while I'm sitting here babbling to you, I'm going to be doing things and stuff that I should have been doing before I'm sitting here babbling at you. But hey, I'm super confused about how to use this piece of equipment that I'm trying to put together. There we go. All right. So, all right. Thank you, Darlene, for the reminder about Lono Music. We'll get that turned on. But first, why don't we get the party started? All right, step 1, step 2, and then step 3. I think we have success. So, let me know if I've got an echo. I don't think I should. And yeah, there we have it. So, okay, so all watching the Eddie, fantastic. You know, I don't know. First off, I want to thank every single person for hanging out last night and watching the movie, putting up with my coughing. And as you guys know, once I get caught talking, sometimes the throat gets a little weird. So we might be cutting the stream short today. We'll see how it rolls. We might just end up watching a bunch of videos today. Or we might just like tune into the Eddie and watch it together just because there we have it, right? Right. Okay. So I'm not sure where you guys were watching the Eddie. I was watching on the Surfline YouTube channel. And right before the stream started, so I had to leave, in the chat in the Surfline stream, Cole Rothman, the real surfer Cole Rothman, was in the chat. But then there was this other surfer, Nate Florence, who was in the chat. But then there's this other person claiming to be Nate Florence who was in the chat. So it was kind of funny because Cole was just like, wait, which one is which? Which, you know, like, which is the real, you know, will the real Nate Florence please stand up? Because one of the guys who was acting like he was trying to pretend like he was Nate Florence, or he might have been, he was kind of a jerk. And then this other guy, he was like kind of offended that people were offended by him because I don't think he realized that this other guy was using his name and being a jerk. And so it turned into a bit of a kerfuffle. And so right before the stream started, there was someone was like, all right, if you're the real Nate, you would know the answer to this, blah, 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 blah. Now, and Koa was like, yeah, which one of you knows the answer to that? So clearly Koa did not know one of them was, or he understood one of them was fake, and he didn't know which one was which. So that was kind of funny. And I'm curious to know how that ended up working out. But that's just, you know, sideline gossip to the action that we were watching on the stream, or the screen, I guess. And I'm sure by now, if you've been watching or following the Eddie, you already know about this. But today's stream, I'm going to highlight the first time event that this really is. Because even though this is the 10th time that the Eddie has gone on since 1984, I believe, it is the very first time that women have been allowed to compete. Now, in 2016 was the last time that the Eddie actually ran until this year. But it is an annual event in the sense that they act like and plan for it happening every year. Meaning, they have a list of invitees and alternates for that coming season. So in 2017, that was the very first year that the Eddie decided to invite women. and Keala Kennelly was the first person, or the first female who was offered the position. Now, granted, it was an alternate, and as it turns out, it never did happen, because 2017 was one of the years that the event did not happen. But ever since 2017, they have been slowly adding women onto the invitational list, and not only is Keala no longer an alternate, as you saw if you've been watching, she actually is a competitor this year, and there are 6 competitors this year. Excuse me, there are 40 competitors this year. 6 of them are women, and then they've got 6 women alternates, and they've got 12 male alternates. Now, I have been watching this on and off all day today, and so I've missed a lot of this, that, and t'others. I'm not sure if I know that Kelly Slater was invited this year, but I'm not so sure that he is competing this year for reasons that I'm not quite sure of yet. But I also don't know what I'm talking about. What I do know in regards to what I'm talking about is, hold on one sec, is we have the 6 female competitors. And if you're wondering who these crazy chicks are, because, you got to be a little bit crazy to surf these waves. I don't care if you're a dude, I don't care if you're a chick. Crazy dudes are surfing, crazy chicks are surfing. They're super, super awesome chicks, super, super awesome dudes. And I've got a cat here who wants to send messages, apparently. Yeah, you saw kitty head. There's a kitty tail. Yeah, we've got, I don't know what it is. As soon as I start talking to the camera, suddenly Ashes is just like, well, now I want your attention. And Rick, exactly, the announcers aren't exactly sharp with all the surfer IDs. And I can definitely appreciate that logic, because obviously the different surfers are in different colored. Oh no, hold on. Oh, what is going on here? Oh goodness. Wow, my cat just caused some chaos. So obviously, each of the surfers are on a different color surfboard, and each of the surfers have a different color jersey. But when you've got the glare of the sun and you've got the fast action, sometimes it's hard to tell between orange and red. And sometimes it's hard to tell between, a couple different colors. And so, yeah, exactly, Rick. Cat paws were definitely on the keyboard for a minute. So I don't fault the announcers for, there's the kitty tail. I don't fault for the announcers for not knowing exactly who is happening right at the moment. But, hey, Thomas the Turtle, so good to see you. And as you can see, you guys, this week, even though I really should have, I had a lot of time on my hands, I didn't get to adjusting the emote bounce. Brain fog was a serious thing, and it still is a little foggy up in here, so we're gonna see what we can, what I can do today. But if you guys are just get tired of, shall we say, listening to me mumble around and saying, by all means, go back to the Eddy, because it only happens once in a blue moon, even less actually, and this is the 10th time, I believe, in like 38 years, so there you go. But back to what I was trying to say. So we've got some crazy chicks going on the waves, and I know if you're reading the comments on the Surfline or whatever, there's a lot of men out there like, the chicks should just stay home, leave the waves to the men, blah, 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 blah. Okay, maybe, I guess. I don't think so, because here's the deal. In order to be invited to the Eddy, you have to have a history of catching the waves that are going to be at the Eddy. And a wave does not care if you're a man or a woman. You just have to have the guts to do it. So, the women that have the guts to do it are Paige Alms. Paige Alms here, looking good, dropping in on, I would guess, a 20-footer. Then we've got Andrea Moeller. And once again, I don't know how to judge wave height, but assuming she's 5 foot something, once again, I'm going to guess, yeah, that's a 20-footer. So, we've got these women who clearly can surf the 20-footers. Here we got another one, Justine DuPont. Now, I would eat my cat if that's not a 20-footer. Emily Erickson. Now that's wave might not be 20 feet, but yeah, darn close enough, and I'm thinking it is. And then we've got a couple more. We've got Kayla Kennelly. She was the one who was originally invited back in 2017 as the first female. Granted, it was alternate status, but still very, very, very big, big honor to be invited. And finally, we've got the local girl who I don't think she's actually technically considered a pro surfer. She's not on the circuit, but she's a local girl who is known for she's been surfing Wahine since she was 16. She has earned her way into the lineup. Makani Adric. She is from Waimea Bay, or Pubakea, which is right by there, and she has actually surfed that bay, like I said, since she was 16. She has earned the place in the lineup of the locals. You know, she's been paddling out there for over a decade now, and even though I don't technically think she's a pro, she is got the respect of all the men on the scene and was invited. Now, if you're wondering, okay, that's cool, that's great, but what do these girls really look like? What do these girls really look like? Wow, that was insulting. What do these amazing athletes actually look like? Well, here we have all 6 of them with their boards on the beach, doing their thing. Justine DuPont, I believe, is French. She is from France. Makani is a local chick from Waimea. Kayla Kennelly, she's also from Oahu. Now, as far as Emily, Andrea, and Paige, I don't know exactly where they're from. I cannot remember. But these are the amazing athletes that have earned their spot into the Eddy. And for the most part, this really, I mean, only just before the event did this get a little bit of press pickup, but for the most part, these the fact that this is the first Eddy that it's got the Wahine skating, I keep wanting to say skating, surfing in it, hasn't really been made that big of a deal, which, I mean, it's been mentioned and there has been some press around it, but it's not like it's been groundbreaking, blah blah blah, headline making. Surfing really rarely is. But either way, my point is, I think it's kind of cool that the sport is turning co-ed naturally, not forced, not with big fanfare. It's just a case of, if you're good enough, you might be invited. And I really enjoy that surfing, which is traditionally a male sport. And I realize eMusic coming in with a hugely important piece of info. Many Wahine in early Hawaii, including royalty, surfed and were known for their skills. Yes, absolutely. It has always been a co-ed thing. But in the past, in modern history, modern surfing history, it has generally been deemed the realm of the men. And so it's kind of cool that without any kind of without it being a big deal, it's just a case of like, hey, you know what? Like, you're good enough. Come join us. It doesn't have to be a separate thing anymore. And I really think that there are, there's not a lot of sports that can turn co-ed so naturally, but I think that surfing, if you've got the skills, you've got the skills. And, a lot of the men that are out there, like Kai Lenny, he's a small man. He's like 5'6". Now, granted, he's nothing but muscle, but still, he's like 150 pounds of 5'6" muscle. A woman can easily have that same stature. So it's not like you're going to be going against a 350-pound lineman in a football game, right? So, the sport is readily made for people who are in supreme condition, athletic, the super athletes, basically. So, excuse me. So, and Rick, enough pressure just to be surfing those waves. I bet the woman get the press after that event. Perhaps, we're gonna see. And, E-music, early missionaries stopped all the everything, it seems. The early missionaries were just nothing but a stupid wet blanket full of sand lice, as far as I'm concerned. And Rick, enough pressure just to be surfing those waves. You bet the women get press after. I might have already said that. Sorry, you guys. I hope that there is a little bit of press afterwards. I enjoy, though, that there wasn't a whole lot of press beforehand. I mean, there was a little bit, but I have to tell you, it was kind of hard for me to find. Bacola T, thank you so much. Yes, I am feeling a little bit better. Not sure, as I mentioned to E-music, as I mentioned to Elaine earlier in a private message on Discord, she was like, oh, I'm glad hope you're feeling better, blah, blah, blah. And it was like, well, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Just when I think that I'm, raring to go, I get the brain fog again, and it just gets all stupid. Like, for instance, last night, I referred to our friend Andy Bumatai as Andy Pigeon. What was that, Andy Pigeon? I mean, I still kind of giggle thinking about that. But, yeah. So, Pacola T, thank you so much for that resubbing. And Cindy Krause, good to see you here. We are talking about the Wahine surfers that are currently participating in the Eddie event. Now, I'm not sure, I don't think any of them are on the leaderboard, and the last I saw Keala, she had a pretty severe wipeout. Like, somebody was mentioning that she's probably going to win the wipeout of the event award, which, isn't necessarily something that you want to win. On the other hand, she came out of that water uninjured and carried on with the rest of the heat, so that's got to be pretty impressive. And yeah, Pacola T, Andy Pigeon, it came out of my mouth and I was like, what did you just call him? Yeah, so, like I said, brain fog, a little bit still here. The throat, the congestion, still a little bit here. But, I'm plugging through, and like I said earlier, I don't know if this is going to be a full-on hour and a half broadcast today. It might only be an hour. It might only be 40 minutes. We're going to see how long the whole everything holds in there. But the Eddie will be going on until the end of this stream. So, if you're tired of listening to me cough, or if I'm tired of listening to me cough, we can always just hang out and watch the Eddie together. And so, yeah, exactly, Darlene. If the throat is still off, see how it goes. Yeah, and it's really more of well, we don't need to get into what it's more of, but, just when you think you're getting better, you're not as better as you think. I don't know if it's because it's like, yeah, I'm gonna do it, and blah, 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 and then you push yourself, and then you're like, oh, you shouldn't have pushed yourself. Or if it's really, even if you hadn't pushed yourself, you might, still be stupid. Who's to say? And but let's see what E-music is asking. Does anyone here remember Rel Sun, the best-known Wahine surfer from Makaha? No, actually, I know nothing about Rel Sun. So I don't remember, but that doesn't mean that all these folks here don't remember too. So let's see here. So just a little background on the Eddie, in case, for all y'all who don't really know, who might not know. The Eddie originally was at Sunset Beach on the North Shore. Sunset Beach is marked by the little rainbow. The little rainbow is on the top there, right above Pupukea, as it were. But then that was just the first one, and then the next one they decided, we're gonna move it to Waimea Bay, where Eddie was actually a lifeguard. He was the first lifeguard of the North Shore, where he saved over 500 people. That's basically where the phrase Eddie would go came from, because he would charge into waves like this to save people before there was competitions for surfing big waves like this. He would regularly hop in there because he because that was his job. And well, as you can see and as we know, Eddie would go. And so the little rainbow swirled lollipop, that is Waimea Bay, and that is currently where all of the Eddie events, except for the first one, have taken place. And so, I had to pull out a map, right? I had to pull out a map because I'm map statter. And that's how that goes. That's how map statter has it. So, it sounds like eMusic is saying that Relsun has a surfing competition in her name. Nice. And Cola T mentions that I guess there's a tribute wall to Rel at the Honolulu Patagonia store. Okay. Got it. And so, eMusic telling Thomas that he might remember Rel because very popular in that era. And that's it, Rick. Map statter. That is precisely what I is these days sometimes. Oh my goodness. And my cat is just going nuts here, you guys. So there you have it. Yeah. All right. So what we're going to do now, I guess, let's see here. Oh, well, you know what we're not going to do today, apparently? I know what we're not going to do today. Probably not going to listen to a Lono tune because I forgot to download his video that I was busy picking out but never bothered to download. But hey, one of the reasons why I didn't bother to download it is because I was busy downloading or trying to download the movie Aloha Summer. It didn't work out. It's a really crummy download. I was going to show it on Satterbox at the cinema, but the download was so crummy that we're not going to show it on Satterbox at the cinema, at least not this version. However, there are two versions of Aloha Summer that are available for free on YouTube to watch. One of them has Dutch subtitles, but it's in English, but it's got the Dutch subtitles. The other one doesn't have the Dutch subtitles, but it's the crummier download, the one that I tried to download. Either way, you can watch Aloha Summer for free on YouTube if you're so inclined. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm going to soon. And Darlene, is Ashes looking for food or attention? Just attention. She's got plenty food and all over. She's got plenty food. Plenty food. Pardon me, all y'all. And let's see here. So Rick says he recently heard the name Relsun. It might have been last weekend watching some of the Backdoor Shootout. That makes sense. And thank you, Picola T, my lovely little Rapunzel locks. Yeah. If you caught the movie last night, I don't remember if you did. I don't think you were there, but that doesn't mean anything. My hair was unwashed for like a week. And so last night I was like, something needs to change. So yeah, I did my hair last night. I washed it. So now I'm all curly. So they are definitely more curly and wavy than they were last night. There's no two ways about that. Last night was a haggard look, to say the least. But but let's see here. So why don't we, for a minute, or more than a minute maybe, take a little trip. Let's see, where are we going to take the trip to? Where did it go? Here we go. All right, so this isn't quite Waimea, but this is a little trip that I took on, while I was on Oahu, and it is going to end up in Waimanalo. So why don't we take a little road trip for a minute? I'll see if I can gather the Lono video that I wanted to play. And yeah, there we have it. So let's go take a trip to Hawaii again, shall we?
Ma ke ala e leo Yesu I ala I aku ai Me ke kanaka o pio hano hano Kaulana e kawaiwai Pane mai e ka o pio E ku aku mai kai happened to your sister? What have they done to hurt her? Did they cut out her heart? Did they tell her a lie? Was it they made her cry? Will they be back to see her die? Or will they just pass her by? And it's goodbye, California. I'm gonna leave you now, going to where the weather suits my soul. And it's hello, Waimanalo. I'm coming back to you, looking for a home with a mountain view. Waimanalo. A lot of relatives over there. Mahoys, Kupahus. And it's goodbye, California. I'm gonna leave you now, going to where the weather suits my soul. And it's hello, Waimanalo. I'm coming back to you, looking for a home with a mountain view. I've been here and there and everywhere, to northern, southern lights. I had your love for women and your dreamless foggy nights. Where's the past like home? Homeward I am bound, to gather fragrant flowers before it's all been found. And it's goodbye, California. I'm gonna leave you now, going to where the weather suits my soul. And it's hello, Waimanalo. I'm coming back to you, looking for a home with a mountain view, looking for a homestead mountain view. Waimanalo, coming back to you. Okay.
All right, so there we go. And that is right, all y'all. I am the dumpster queen, as it were. So for those of you who might be lurking, who don't know what in the Flying Fork that's all about. So West Oahu Aggregate is the one of the garbage disposal firms, refuse disposal firms in Hawaii. And they have yellow dumpsters, unlike the green that most of us seem to be used to. And through a weird chain of events, now I am the queen of one yellow dumpster at the end of Gulick Avenue, and shirts have been made, parades have been planned. One day we will all meet at Gulick, and we will parade down that block, and all the locals would just be like, what on earth is this, you crazy, what is the term for the Malahini? You crazy visitor types. Yeah, you guys need to figure out a new way to celebrate, because a dumpster, what? Exactly. Rule 1, rule them all. That is precisely it. I even have, not only do I have the Dumpster Queen t-shirt, I actually have, well, doesn't say Dumpster Queen, but whatever. I also have a legitimate uniform yellow t-shirt from West Oahu Aggregate, because Wild Willie's husband used to work for them, and after he retired, he didn't need them anymore, so she sent me one of his official West Oahu aggregate t-shirt. So I actually have it. And yes, Pakolati, it is Malahini. Okay, Malahini, I thought so, but as soon as I was saying those words out loud, I was like, that might not work. That might not be the word I was looking for. And let's see here. What was Thomas saying? So about Gulick Avenue, I must have missed it, but let's see here. Yes, there was there was the original dumpster was at the end of Gulick Avenue, and I'll tell you what. Hey, Soda Wax, good to see you. We are talking about Hawaii and the big yeah, that's what we're talking about. The big surfing competition that's happening on Oahu right now called the Eddy. And just finished with a little video from my last trip to Hawaii. And now I'm explaining how I became the queen of one yellow dumpster on Hawaii. I rule that dumpster, and I have 2 t-shirts to prove it. One of them is an official t-shirt, like I said, and the other one is just the official Queen's wear. And let's see here. Okay, Darlene, Thomas didn't say, but you do remember a visit and standing by the dumpster. Yes, absolutely. Thomas the Turtle, he did visit, and he did get a picture of himself with the dumpster. Shortly after he visited, I visited, but I didn't get a picture of myself with the dumpster because I was by myself, but I did get a picture of the dumpster, and I got to leave an offering for the locals that lived across the street, and the locals were very pleased with the offering that the Queen left them. So that was always good, because I had to catch a plane, and there was something I had that I probably shouldn't have been flying with. So the locals were like, hey, maybe we can take that off your hand. And I was like, hey, that would be awesome. Exactly. I made 3 new friends. Absolutely. It's too bad I didn't have much time to hang out, but they had great fun after I left, I'm sure. And it's Sotoax. So I do believe that the Eagles, though, didn't they win last night? And so I think, aren't the Eagles, well, are they the best ones right now in the whole thing? Yeah, who do they play? The Jets or whatever, which I thought the Jets were stupid and not supposed to do anything right, let alone get into the playoffs. So that was confusing when I read that they were playing the Jets. But I don't really, the Giants. Okay, it was the Giants. Okay, but it was a New York team, right? Okay. All right. Okay, so now this is where, yeah, Sotoax is like, it's the Giants, not the Jets, Rick. Giants, not the Jets. Okay, now this is where my football knowledge really gets sketchy. Are the Jets a football team? Or are they like a basketball team? Are they... Okay, when you say yes, I'm going to assume the Jets, you're saying yes to me, that the Jets are a football team. And then Andre coming in. Hello, everybody. Just been watching the 49ers versus the Cowboys. So the New York Jets, it is confusing. They are a football team. Okay. And the only reason why I think I know about the Jets is because I watch Seth Meyers, The Late Show with Seth Meyers, and he always makes fun of the Jets, I think. And so, or does he always make fun of the Giants? See, I don't know nothing about nothing. And yes, Thomas the Turtle, Soda Wax is actually Soda Wax from the deodorant fame. And the Jets, okay, yeah, the Jets suck. Okay, well then that must be, because yeah, Seth Meyers always makes fun of the Jets because they suck so badly. So okay, then I was getting the Jets and the Giants confused. And that is really confusing because they both start with the same, not the same letter, but the same soft G sound. Or the J sound, however you want to describe that. So the Jets and the Giants. The Jets suck. The Giants are, well, I guess they're out, right? And C Honda, good to see you. Hoping that I'm feeling better. I'm feeling a little bit better. I'm feeling better than I was last night. Last night I tried to talk for 15 minutes before the movie, and boy oh boy, that didn't work out very well. SodaWax, am I still sick? Sort of. I feel like I'm getting better, but then once I feel like I'm getting better, it's like 2 steps forward, 1 step back. I'd like to think I'm not contagious, but I don't really know. So I've been staying at home, which is why you haven't been seeing me. And Thomas the Turtle, no, SodaWax is not from Canada. He's from Philadelphia. However, he doesn't live in Philly no more. However, he still follows Philly, which is why he's obsessed with the Jets. But let's see here. But he currently lives in Seattle. Now, whether or not SodaWax ever lived in Canada, I cannot tell you. He probably could, but I can tell you that he's a Philly boy who loves his Eagles this season, because I think the Eagles are like the number 1 team right now, right? I mean, I know that we're in the playoffs. See, brain fog, couldn't even think of that word. And so rankings, I guess, are slightly different, but they have the best record, right? The Eagles still have the best record, right? Maybe? I'm making stuff up. All right, so eMusic coming in with the New York Jets gained notoriety back when Joe Namath was the quarterback, but for decades they've been a losing team. Okay, see, I even know who Joe Namath is. I can even I didn't know that he was a quarterback, but I knew that he was a football player, and I can even see his face in my head, which is pretty impressive, because I don't know a whole lot of football players. This is nothings. So, and Thomas the Turtle, right, are you thinking of the young Canadian guy who loves the maple syrup? Oh, flying fork. Vanilla Coke Pepsi. You're thinking of Vanilla Coke Pepsi, I'll bet. Took me a second to remember his name. Haven't seen Vanilla Coke Pepsi in a while. But, he's a busy young lad, and we're boring old people. And I think the last time he came in, we were talking about, washing machines or something, and he was just like, what? And oh no, did I say a bad word? SodaWax, did you catch me saying something bad? Shoot, on the mic. But yeah, Vanilla Coke Pepsi. I think the last time he came in, we were talking about washing machines, or maybe it was dishwashers. Either way, topics that a kid his age, and I'm not dissing him, but he hasn't graduated from high school yet, so he's still a kid, right? And no one who hasn't graduated from high school yet should be interested in washing machines. And if they are interested in washing machines, they better be interested for mechanical reasons or something, right? Right, exactly. So that's how that goes. And let's see here. So, oh, I said something about a flying fork. Yes, well, flying forks are definitely something you need to watch out for. And, and we even have an emote for the flying forks. See? And there we go. Rick's throwing down the flying forks. I'm throwing down the flying forks. And, oh, Thomas the Turtle. And then there's medium Diet Coke / medium 7-Up. That's right. I haven't seen Miles on this stream in a really long time. But I know that Sunday nights, he's on the East Coast. He's a teacher. Sunday nights, I'm sure really the last thing he wants to be doing is fiddling around online when he has got the week to prep for his school, his school children, as it were. I can't even imagine being a teacher, frankly. I'm so impressed that Vanilla Coke Pepsi, not Vanilla Coke Pepsi, actually, sorry, medium Diet Coke, medium 7-Up, Miles. I'm so impressed that he's been a teacher for so flippin' long. Because here's the deal. When you look at Miles, it's just you're 14 years old. How could you have been a music teacher for the last 85 years? But clearly, he's older than 14, obviously. But, it's just sort of weird to think that he's been doing his job for as long as he has. Because he sure as heck does not look like he is as old as he is. And so, let's see here. Yeah, Bacola T, exactly. Dishwashers and dumpsters are kind of sacred to this bunch. Precisely. Dishwashers are what we started this stream on. And I have to say, you guys, every day that I run my dishwasher, which I actually run it almost every day, I am so thankful for my dishwasher. I don't know if I would have had such an appreciation for that appliance had my previous one not been eaten by a rat, is the best way I can put it. Soda wax. Yes, you just heard me say my dishwasher got eaten by a rat. Like, what? Yeah, my dishwasher got eaten by a rat, and that was kind of a bummer. And so I didn't have a dishwasher for like a year and a half. And yeah, so rats, they can literally eat a dishwasher from the inside out, and then you have no dishwasher anymore. And Andre, yes, we've already talked about the holy yellow dumpsters. So we've got holy yellow dumpsters, dishwashers, and laundry washing machines. These are the sacred three of what we have here at Chatter with Statter. And it looks like Elaine has come in while I was babbling about things and stuff that doesn't really matter. So good to see you, Elaine. As you can tell, things are getting a little bit better, but not 100%. Not even 100%. All right. So, you guys, it is the Eddy that's going on right now. Let's see. I wonder. I wonder if I can do some things and stuff. Let's find out later. So, yeah, E-Music coming in with the real story, because I like to be dramatic and have it like, what? He ate the entire thing? Yeah, exactly. Didn't eat the metal part, just ate the hose, the input hose to my dishwasher got literally eaten. Not just like but like eaten for almost 3 feet of hose was eaten by this one rat. And well, I hope that his teeth were nice and shiny when he was done with it. And yeah, exactly, Quality. Subway rats, New York subway rats eat pizza. Puget Sound rats, they got it going on, man. They eat dishwashers. All right, yeah, Elaine, it is, Surfline on YouTube is the one that, ate the chewy part. Exactly, Rick, he ate the chewy part. Surfline is the one that's got it, and so I'm thinking maybe we can try and watch it together. And yes, Darlene also explaining to Soda Wax, and then I tried to order new parts. And that was like practically an 18-month flippin' thing. They kept sending me the wrong parts. I won't explain to you why. They thought that they were sending me the right parts, and in theory they were, except for they weren't, because packaging was all wrong. The package said they were sending me the right parts. What was in the package? Not the right part. So I did end up returning them, and you know what, you guys? I still haven't gotten my refund back from that $200 part that I bought from Sears, and I'm pretty sure I'm never going to see it, so I've written that one off. And yeah, exactly. And so because I couldn't get the right parts, I finally just bit the bullet and bought a new one. And very stoked that I bought a new one because it was on sale for super cheap in comparison to versus when it wasn't on sale. I wouldn't say it was a super cheap dishwasher. I wouldn't say it was a super cheap dishwasher at all. But it was a super cheap dishwasher after it was on sale in comparison to its not on sale price. And so let's see here. Andre, the rat was sent by an interdimensional civilization that wanted to stop Mad Statter, but did not work, so now she chatters even to a even larger audience. Yeah, it really didn't work because it gave me something to chatter about. That was, I think, one of the first topics that we talked about on this live stream was my stupid hose, my stupid dishwasher hose that got eaten by a rat. And Soda Wax, that rat has been gotten. So don't worry about that rat. That rat has been taken care of. And And Rick, exactly. My dishwasher is my best friend because it works. Exactly, because it works. All right, we're gonna go take a quick. Oh, you meant Sears let you out at Sears? Oh, well, by all means, go tilting at that windmill. I don't even know. I don't even know what Sears department to send you to, because quite honestly, Sears doesn't know what department to send you to because of the messed up things they does. We're off to go kill Sears. We're off to kill Sears, yeah. And let's see here. Elaine, you'll send me some peppermints to help clear the mucus. Well, I will happily welcome them. Hopefully by the time they get here, I won't need them, but with as long as this has been lingering, I can't promise that. And yeah, $200 is $200, but sometimes, you know, dude, you just have to, like, say, I'm done with this, and this is in the past, and I am just walking away. And that is basically what I did. And, yeah, exactly, eMusic, Sears has declared bankruptcy, so, I wouldn't be, yeah, there's no refunds. They're not. And technically speaking, I think it was like $184 and something cents. So it wasn't even quite 200, but, you know, round up. And yeah, exactly. Sears is already dead. Now I want to go kill the undead Sears. Exactly. And yeah, Soda Wax, walk away. Walk away. What's that? Well, it took me about 1.5 years to finally decide to do it, to figure out what that means. But I did it. I did it. And so there you go. All right, so let's see what's going on at the Eddy for just a minute. And Picola T, do zombies give refunds? Asking for a friend. Right, exactly. In my experience, they do not. Okay, so I think I've got a link here. So let's go see what there is to see. And then we'll see about it. All right, we're gonna go fly down right now. Get your wings ready. Are your seatbelts buckled in? We're gonna fly down to the North Shore of Oahu and see what's going on with the Eddy.
Final heat of the day. Again, round robin format where we have each surfer gets to surf 2 heats, 40 invitees. You get to catch 4 waves in each of the heats. At the end of the day, which we're coming up to, the surfers' top 3 rides will be tallied together, and that's how we're gonna decide the winner this year, 2023 Eddy Champ, which is a title that will put you in the surfing history books
for sure, bro.
Forever.
Forever. Oh man, you know, and we kind of discussed and talked about like all the things that have to happen for this event to even, you know, be considered to run, and then the surfers to get themselves on the invitee list, and then to have the opportunity to surf in it, then to go out and win it is you're just on top of the world. It's, I'm sure, so amazing.
Yeah, and it's great when we see at the top performers this year, like 2-time world champ and defending Eddy champ John Florence,
Right.
But then having someone inspirational like the North Shore native Luke Shepardson, a lifeguard, an underground big wave charger, also really matching the field right there and showing the world, you know, that, gosh, these underground guys, or these guys that don't get a lot of attention, are doing it every extra large, double extra large swell, and they're doing it for love. It's not for,
it's a passion,
sponsorship obligation,
not for points.
It's not for points. It's not for money. It's for really wanting to do it. So there's something so admirable of guys like Tyle Shipman, Luke Shepardson, you know, youngsters like Jake Maki.
Cole Christensen too.
Cole Christensen would be on that list as well. Yeah. So yeah, what a story. What a day of many stories.
And perhaps the most noted story, obviously, of the namesake of the event, in Eddy Aikau, and we hope that all of you, you know, by the time this event is over and our winner is announced, you may have taken something away from witnessing this event that enables you to move on, move forward, in your life with some consideration of other people, and just in moments where there is good to be done, as the Eddie Aikau Foundation says, that you'll be more prone and apt to make sure you're part of that slogan as well.
Yeah, I like it. Eddie Aikau saved so many lives, was such a great example for young Hawaiians as well as for ocean goers everywhere, surfers everywhere, and voyagers with the work that he did with the Hokulea
Yes.
and the Polynesian Voyaging Society. And really one of the instruments of the Hawaiian Renaissance in the late 70s that made Native Hawaiians start to feel proud of their culture, proud of their language, proud of their practices. And one of the practices is surfing.
Yep. And then, you know, just the ocean knowledge, you know, how to conduct yourself in and around the ocean, in and around your fellow peers that are also enjoying the ocean. And there's something to be said also of someone like Eddie, who just, you know, knows what current to use to paddle back out. You know, little things like that go a long way in the way you conduct yourself in your particular lineup, and not only being one of the ocean, but also, like we've been talking about, your fellow surfers and the etiquette and the rest that goes with being and carrying the responsibility as a surfer.
Yeah, in our community, right? And the Hawaiian kind of concept of humbleness, in that the ocean will humble you. And
For sure.
approaching the ocean, and these guys right now, every single one of these surfers, men and women, they're humble individuals, but at the same time, special, you know, exceptional human beings to be able to do what they do and ride these waves. But at the same time, you talk to any of these big wave riders, you'll find some of the most humble, down-to-earth people, because they've learned the lesson that the ocean's bigger than all of us.
Right.
You know, and it's something to be respected and celebrated, and to take care of it as well.
And you mentioned, you know, the guts and the commitment to ride these waves, but I think, you know, even more is like the guts and commitment to come back from these crazy wipeouts and survive the wipeouts where, you know, the normal human being is not paddling out there, and then maybe a little exceptional, they would go out there, but then get drilled and be right back on the beach going, I want no more of that.
Yeah.
These guys and girls, these women and men competitors just keep going back out for more, and that's what's the exceptional thing about them.
And to come back from injuries. You know, we've seen surfers out there with Billy Kemper with a knee brace. We saw Kai Rothman in this heat. He's all braced up. I mean, those guys are surfing with injuries. Mason Ho was taped up. You know, we saw actually in this competition, and we're wishing for the best for Lucas Shumbo-Shianka, who injured his leg in competitions. And I'm sure he's going to have to come back from that injury. But, you know, that's all. It's all the price you pay, but it's also something that everyone's willing to take, and coming back from that is a battle and a growing experience in itself.
Yeah, and I'm sure the surfers that have paddled out here that were slightly or majorly injured aren't gonna have better healing because they surfed Waimea today.
No,
They have a lot of rehabilitation to do afterwards. It did not make it better. Hopefully not too much worse, but look at that.
Oh boy, that's Ross Clark Jones there in the clear water. It looked like it was Tyler LaRonde, I want to say, deep on that one. Or that might have been our first look at Mikey O'Shaughnessy. He would be in the purple, trying to differentiate the purple from the black. We'll get the better angle, better eyes on it, so we can ID that. But we're going to stick right now with RCJ, Ross Clark Jones, trying to make it to the shore break.
He wanted to. He was really hoping to please the crowd right there with a shore break finish. But Ross, don't worry about it. We appreciate you 1,000%. Shore break or not, we love you, brother.
Kai Rothman taking a line here.
Another guy we got a lot of love for, Makua Rothman, trying to work his way to the inside and completes possibly his final wave of this year's Eddie Big Wave Invitational for his campaign in 2023.
Oh, look at all the tracks right there, and the crowd is starting to move up and down the beach, and
trying to maybe reposition towards the stage.
Yeah.
in the awards presentation area. Here's a recap. Luke Shepardson falling out of the sky and just getting a bomb, surviving the explosion, comes out with the claim and the somersault. Gosh, a little water up the nose? Yeah, no problem. Tyler LaRonde, a Maui surfer, getting his best wave of the day by far, getting a big one. Ross Clark Jones still doing it after all these years, your 2001 champ. Looking smooth, looking in control, and looking young yet.
Saltwater's a preservative, keeping him young.
Absolutely.
Check this out. Talk about a legend. Mike Ho on the inside, deep on that Waimea bomb.
With Ross Clark Jones in the front. There's a century's worth of Waimea experience right there, up and riding. In the white is Luke Shepardson. And thought about continuing that one, but just an amazing ride for Luke Shepardson.
Ramon Navarro, the goofy foot out of Chile. It drops straight into this one and survived a big drop and a big whitewater on his heels, riding that one all the way through.
The charging Chilean. And a shared wave here, small kind party action. And it is our surfer in yellow, Ross Clark Jones, that survives and is able to walk away from the party.
Yeah. He got in the door,
yeah,
at least. And that's our recap of the final heat of the day, and it was chock full of action, as it has been in every single
Dear
one
mainland,
of the heats.
Aloha. My brother and I hear lots of you have discovered a real Hawaiian favorite, Big Wave Golden Ale. That's the good kind stuff, yeah, bro. Maybe it's the island flavor that makes each sip taste like a little vacation.
Got your beers here.
That's a whole lot of little vacations right there, huh, brother? That's like a big vacation. Retirement. One life, right? Mahalo. Big Wave Golden Ale from Kona Brewing.
We in Hawaii respect the land. We hold a deep reverence for its beauty, its power, and the humble gratitude for all it has given us. In operation since 1993, Puna Geothermal Venture embraces this tradition, providing clean, sustainable, renewable energy to the people of Hawaii Island, to power our homes, to keep our businesses thriving, to keep our communities moving forward. Puna Geothermal Venture, powered by nature.
I chose Revolution because some of my friends went with Revolution and they had very positive things to say. I love the Tesla battery. It stores electricity and uses it when you need it, like when the sun goes down. I love being self-powered by the sun. I have an electric car, so I don't have to go to the service station to get gas anymore. I just love it.
Keep your home invested in the future. Contact Revolution. Cleaner, smarter living.
It's the Eddie Big Wave Invitational from Waimea in memory of Eddie Aikau. And we have concluded today's competition. Surfers are safely on the beach. That's the #1 priority. I'm Kuiper along with Rocky Cannon. What a day, Rocky.
Yeah, epic waves, truly courageous, heroic performances by all of our competitors, male and female. Historic Big Wave Eddie contest this year at Waimea Bay.
Lots of moments to reflect on throughout the day today as we see Paige Alms, one of 6 women that have surfed in this 2023 edition of the Eddie and put on a great, inspiring performance. She's making her way back up the sand, and we're making our way over our site in anticipation of our celebration and presentation of our Eddie Award. There's the legend right there, Michael Ho.
Oh man, such a legend. You know, not only in what he does in the water, but even out of the water. He's such a you know, guy who's gracious with his time, who's been around this for so many years, knows the ins and outs of every little thing of professional surfing, and still is at it, around it, doesn't get tired of it, doesn't get tired of the, the attention and support and all of the things that come along with that. He embraces it so well.
And just to put things into perspective, when we talk about Michael Ho, Michael Ho was a part of the first group of professional surfers that started professional surfing way back in 1976.
Wow.
And he's still here, relevant in 2023. Do that map as we look at the recap.
Oh, man. What a story from Michael Ho as we watch, I believe that is Peter Mell from earlier today. And a guy still doing it.
Yeah, here's today's recap, and that we got thrown into right now. So we'll do our best to go through here, unscripted with Rocky and Kaipo show.
Yeah.
The guy's like, go, recap.
Here we go.
Here we go.
This is it. Look at that. The Bay calls the day, and somebody had to pay whoever was in the back.
Oh, that was out in front with that surviving through that.
That was Ian Walsh.
Ian Walsh, yeah. Here we go. Makuakai Rothman.
Steep, deep, and underneath. Nice big late drop from Makua, surviving with that treacherous knee injury, still performing well. Ramon Navarro.
Nick Von Rupp.
Excuse me, Nick Von Rupp.
We're going to play Guess the Surfer right now.
All right, that sounds good.
Rocky and Kaipo. Kai Lenny put in a great performance out here.
He did. He was one of the guys that stood out in the first round, and somebody just hit the eject button on that huge monster of a wave.
Oh, no. KK going down and hanging on and finishing up there. That is Jake Maki, young North Shore teenager with his first Eddie. There's
Hawaiian Water Patrol.
Our level of safety.
Yep. The level of safety was very high as these surfers were taken to these waves knowing they had the expert and precise supervision of Hawaiian Water Patrol. Look at this monster wave. Just so much energy in this relatively small area of Waimea Bay. And doing that math there with that amount of water coming into a small bay as Waimea is just makes for water moving every direction. Billy Kemper, heroic performance today.
Charging with a broken knee, got the knee brace on. That's not stopping Billy Kemper. Look at this drop, Rocky. Making it to the bottom. And
looked like possibly Jamie Mitchell, maybe. And Luke Shepardson on a screamer. That wave is so large. It makes him look so small.
Shepardson again. Check this one out.
Oh, man.
So 27-year-old City and County lifeguard, North Shore native Luke Shepardson came to play today at the Bay.
Yeah, how do you say it? Double dip? Working for the City and County, taking a couple breaks and getting some waves during the eddy. I think give him all he deserves.
So Landon McNamara from earlier today, and Landon put on a great performance.
That he did. Mark Healy as well.
Another view of Jake Maki.
Sorry, that's Jake right there. Oh, man, what an attempt. Trying to reconnect the board to the face of the wave. Hardly ever works out for the good in Waimea Bay when you become disengaged.
Tile Shipman and Ezekiel Lau behind him. Some of today's highlights that you're viewing right now from a great day at the Bay.
I think that's Mark Healy.
Man, Mark Healy, again, look at him. Just such a solid stance, able to pull through that. Disappearing numerous times in the whitewater, Mark Healy shaking it off.
And Tile Shipman was trying to get into this one. Little airdrop. and did the quick splits right there. Look at this bomb. Mark Healy from the outside thought he was going to get into that one, but the wind and the current up that huge face said, sorry, not this time. But the next time, Mark does make it and gets an epic ride, exploded by the whitewater. And the second round of Tile Shipman, he was able to negotiate past a very large explosion of whitewater. Well done by Tile Shipman there. Cole Rothman with his own big late Waimea drop on the backhand. Mark Healy once again fluttering down the face, able to complete that drop. And he holds on in front of the whitewater. One of the standout waves of the day for me was this one here of Mark Healy.
Yeah, Mark Healy, again, Eddie veteran and showing why he is over the falls for Ezekiel Lau. But the Warrior came back after that wipeout and caught a few more waves. Kiala Kenley charging.
And basically, it looked like her body went every which way but off the board. Good, solid stance and performance there for Keala. And then beautiful negotiated drop there for, I believe that was Lucas Chianca.
Shumbo.
And goes for the kick out backflip.
What about this? Sharing's caring sometimes at Waimea.
Tika Nui Smith in the black jersey, the Tahitian. Excuse me. It might be Peter Mel and Shane Dorian, actually.
Yeah, two longtime friends enjoying a special moment at the Bay. And they came with cost as well. Taking a look at some of today's wipeouts. Again, thank you to our Seating County Lifeguards and Hawaiian Water Patrol. Oh, my.
Oh, the carnage was real.
Makani Adric charging on the backhand with her first appearance at the Eddy. Check this one out, Rocky.
Oh,
Billy Camper.
Billy. I think that might have been the wipeout of the day as far as treachery and danger. Well, maybe that one.
Cole Christensen.
Wow.
Getting sent after sending it.
Gosh. Sent to the bottom. And a big, beautiful drop there from Tyler LaRonde.
Yeah, that was his best wave of today, and you can tell the excitement as he exits. Waves going to connect into each other.
RCJ.
Ross Clark-Jones still doing it at the Bay whenever the Bay calls.
Yep, the ledge goes over the ledge.
Michael Ho showing why he's a legend. The 65-year-old legend with a big takeoff. But Luke Shepardson, get to know this name because today Luke put together some excellent rides, Rocky.
A biblical performance. A performance of biblical proportions. Luke doing quite well today. And so excited to see who's going to walk away with the 2023 Eddy Big Wave Invitational Championship Trophy. Ross Clark-Jones trying to please the crowd and make it to the inside section. But you know what, bro? We love you, and well done, my friend. People on the beach walking back towards the awards presentation area. Hawaiian Water Patrol tents you see there in the foreground. And we'll take you down there pretty soon, I think.
You know what? I'm going to try actually see if automation works right now. Let's throw it to the awards show right now, see if this works. Go ahead. Chris.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for coming out and supporting. It was an amazing day out there. I'm so stoked to be surfing with all my friends and watch everyone sending it. Yeah, just so blessed to be here. Thank you to the Icon family for organizing this and everyone involved, and thank you for everyone coming. It was a memorable day for sure. Yeah, it's probably the best big day at Waimanalo I've ever seen in my life.
Josh, it's Larry. Do you need anything? I just got out of my way and everything. Picked up my bag.
Memorable day. Celebrating Eddie Aikau and his legacy. It's very touching to be here. Just looking left or right, it's surreal to me being able to be in this line with. Sharp note. Guys that are my heroes and friends. Best day of my life for sure. So, looking forward to this since elementary school. Now we're here.
Felt incredible to surf in this event. I know we've all had the Eddie Aikau poster in our rooms growing up, so to have the opportunity to actually go out there for Eddie Aikau and his ohana, the Aikaus, it's a dream come true for me. This day feels surreal. I wouldn't have missed it for the world. So yeah, one of the top days of my surfing career and my life.
Thank you everyone for coming out. I just personally want to thank Uncle Clyde and Pablo and the entire Aikau family.
There's no way I can get out. Sorry, bro.
In my eyes, today was the best day of surfing history. You know, there's nothing more prestigious than this right here. And these guys are gladiators that are standing next to me, and it's unbelievable. We're all in safe, and we're going home to our families and celebrating with love and respect. Nothing but love, you guys.
Just like a dream come true, even being ready and
You tell Liam to scoot over.
to perpetuate the legacy of Eddie Aikau. I gotta get back to work. But it's like, I can't believe it. I surfing on Eddie Aikau and next to all these legends and everyone in the heats. And I can't believe I got to be a part of this.
In behalf of myself and the Aikau family and my brother, Eddie Aikau, I want to thank everybody for being here today. I want to praise every single contestant who paddled out, because just paddling out today was a feat in itself, and congratulations to all the contestants. Okay. We want to also, the family also want to thank Liam McNamara for being the co-director. All of the forecasters from Surfline and Pat Caldwell, the forecasters and forecasters all over the world. We thank them. We thank all the judges. We thank Faith. We thank Linda Ibsen for her undue work to make this happen today. Now listen, I believe we had a fantastic scoring system today, and the judges held their line to the very end. So here we go. In 8th place and $1,000, Keli'i Mamala. A true Hawaiian, Keli'i. In 7th place, carrying on the legacy of his family, and a full-on charger for sure. Backside rider, Landon McNamara. $1,000. This next gentleman has earned the best wave of the event. Full-on charger. Best wave
of the day, we're awarding you, Hawaiian Airlines, we're awarding you 250,000 Hawaiian miles for the best wave of the day, and earning 6th place, $1,000. Ezekiel Lau. One of the full-on chargers from Maui, continuing to push the limits of riding waves, either big or small, or in the air or sky or wherever he goes. $1,000 to Kaileni. 5th place. Love this guy so much. He's so beautiful to my family. In 4th place and making $3,000, Billy Kemper. Okay, 3rd place. 3rd place. Still charging like a bat out of this world.
Guys, take it easy. I'm shooting for Surfline. Don't get in front of me.
Making $5,000. Mark Healy.
Yo, bro, we're gonna have to come down.
And we have a 3rd place, 50,000 Hawaiian miles from Hawaiian Airlines. 150,000 miles. Thank you, Hawaiian Airlines. And that was 3rd place, Mark Healy. Face off! Face off! Face off! Okay, just for fun, okay? Let's just say, I'm not saying you did, but let's just say John won the contest. Let's just say. Who would agree on that? We have Luke Shepard. Well, you said it yourself. 2nd place. And the winner of 2016, John Flores. $8,000. Luke Shepard, the champion. Eddie Aikau.
Well, there you go, Rocky. That was the awards presentation, and what a moment it was. A Cinderella story, if you would. Luke Shepherdson, the North Shore native, city and county lifeguard, takes out and goes down in history books as an Eddie champ.
Wow. On duty, performing at Waimea in uniform, gets the winning scores and the championship trophy.
That's right. And talking about those scores, Rocky, now we're able to digest those scores.
Yeah.
A perfect score on your 3 waves would be a 90-point ride. Luke Shepherdson, a 30-point ride, a 30-point ride, and a 29.1, 89.1 out of a possible 90-point perfect day. Luke Shepardson, it's Luke's day.
All hail King Luke, the king of the Bay, the Eddie champ, Luke Shepardson. Well done, my friend. I mean, it's been an awesome ride to watch him as a junior lifeguard, as a menehune, now a real lifeguard, and an Eddie champ. Amazing ride.
The North Shore's first lifeguard, Eddie Aikau, and the 2023 champion at the Eddie continues that tradition of life-saving. This is a chicken skin moment right now.
It's a tearjerker, man. I'm telling you.
Congratulations, Luke Shepardson. You did it, and we applaud you. That was absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, what a day he had. Like charging out of his mind, but in the zone. Knows this wave really well, and was obviously up against some extremely formidable competition. I mean, back to defending champ right on his heels, John Florence, and for Luke to pull it out, what a victory, what a day. And we hope that you guys are excited and as inspired as we are.
We are inspired. What a great day. Thank you for joining us. Thank you to all of our partners. Thank you to KHON, Surfline, Hawaii Telecom, Salt and Air. Thank you, Rocky. And with that, we bid you aloha.
All right, there we go. Amazing timing on that. And Kayla, good to see you. TerryInScotland, good to see you. And all I can say is, wow. You know, the winner was also a local lifeguard, just like Eddie. What I don't understand, and I actually heard the commentators talking about this throughout the day, and I just didn't really, I didn't catch, but I'm still confused. So he was on duty lifeguarding and he was competing? Is that what's going on? Oh my God, you guys. If that doesn't if that's not the epitome of the Eddie spirit, I think that, I think that I don't know what the Eddie spirit is. I can't even imagine. TerryInScotland, oh no, I missed a good tearjerker. Shoot, you might have to message me what the movie is that you watched, because you've been coming up with some amazing movies. For those of you who aren't familiar with TerryInScotland and his streams are run the gamut. Sometimes it's a crazy driving game, sometimes it's Fortnite, but recently, and oh my God, this past week, he's been a godsend for me. Recently, he's been showing these movies from Japan, and so if you're not into subtitles, then you're obviously not going to like these movies. But if you don't mind subtitles, oh my goodness, he has been showing some of the best movies this past week, and honestly, without his silly stream, that's right, it's a silly stream, or a serious stream, without his super stoked stream that made me super stoked this week, I don't know what I would have done. It was so awesome to hang out with Terry and his crew, watch these movies. So yes, so check out TerryInScotland to see what he has up his sleeve, because every day is a little bit different. And let's see here. So, all right. So, eMusic, you're explaining, what are the last announcers called the winner of Menehune? The high school he graduated from in Kahuku are the Menehunes. Got it. I was wondering why he referred to him as a Menehune. That explains that. And so Darlene, no, he was a working lifeguard on the beaches, got invited to the Eddie, and is now won. Okay. I see, that's what I didn't catch. I was so confused. I was like, wait, what? How do you? Yeah. And TerryInScotland, no worries about streaming it again. I am going to be doing some post-production work on this, and then I think I might actually go to the grocery store. So I'm going to be heading out after this particular stream is over, which it should have been over 2 minutes ago, but because we sometimes pay no attention to the rules, we went a little bit longer. And let me see if I missed anything, because it looks like Terry came in perhaps with a couple different people. Kayla maybe came in with Terry, and let's see here, or rather Kayla came in again, and I'm not sure what other folks came in with that. So Thank you so much, Terry, for bringing in that raid. And okay, the movie, Gina, was 8-year engagement. Okay, cool. I'll have to look that up. I'll see if I can find it. And if I can't find it, then I might ask Terry to stream it again. Because sometimes Terry does that, which is super awesome, because the other night I came in late to a movie called Hula Girls, and he played it again pretty much just for me, but everybody else hung out and watched it again because it was such a cute movie, such a good movie, based on a true story. So if you're interested in watching one of those movies that we already watched on Terry in Scotland, Hula Girls, great movie. And then 100 Yen Love. Oh, fantastic movie. You can watch that for free on YouTube. I even posted a link on my Facebook account. If you're friends with me, you would have already seen this, but that's okay. Thomas the Turtle. If he went to Lelehua, he would be a mighty, I'm guessing Menehune, but I don't really know. And yeah, no, Gina, I thought you came in ahead of the raid, but I wasn't sure if you were like double doing this or something like that. And Medium 7-Up, so happy to see you tonight. I hypothesized that you were really busy tonight because, as you might be busy every Sunday night, getting ready for the school week ahead, getting your classes prepped and your plans prepped and everything like that. But I'm glad you could take a break in your teacher schedule to come in and watch a little bit of the Eddie with us all. And hopefully we will see each other on not Tuesday, the next day. What is today? Today's Sunday. Hopefully we will see each other again on Monday at the Daily Pigeon Podcast, you know, with our friend Andy Pigeon. Okay, so it's not Andy Pigeon. I know, it's Andy Bumatai. I still, I still laugh that I called him Andy Pigeon yesterday. And so, yes, tomorrow is Monday. And so hopefully we can hang out on Monday. Your school district has the Lunar New Year off, so you get a 3-day weekend. Fantastic. That is awesome. Yes, Gina, words are hard. And I am ready again for the Daily Pigeon Podcast. Barely ready, but I am ready. So we are going to see each other on Monday, hopefully. And if we don't see each other on Monday, hopefully we can see each other on Wednesday. Days are hard for me. And on Wednesday, we'll have a chatter with Statter because I'm hoping that my voice will be ready to take on another stream. Elaine, go take a nap. Yeah, I might think about that actually. But before I take a nap, we're gonna sign off, and I want to thank everybody for hanging out, everybody for resubbing their subs, everybody for gift subbing their subs, and everybody for the biddies that threw down the biddies. So we will see all y'all soon, I hope, and thanks for hanging out today. Have a great one.